KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle TV Association with Mackley's Gym Marbella. We're Manchester here for high stakes. With me I've got Martin Murray, victorious tonight. Referee come in and just probably made the right decision at that point.
It was definitely going to happen sooner or later. To be honest, I thought it was a little bit premature. I thought he could have let it go on for a little bit longer, but it was always going to happen anyway. You know, we got first couple of rounds, we got round his, with southpaw stance and figured him out. And when I went to work, I was enjoying it in there and was getting the body shots in. And like I said, it was going to happen, sooner or later. So I suppose, you could say that he did make the right decision, but it's questionable. If you'd asked me, I thought it was a little bit premature.
But obviously that's nothing to do with you.
I thought it was bang on. Yeah, I did.
But that's the referee's call when he's put in that position. Didn't see a lot coming back at that point.
No, well that was it. I was fine. Once I found my feet in there, was hitting my shots, and the writing was on the wall. It was going to happen. So
the fish stopped it 2 rounds ago. Easy. Should have done.
Yeah, but job's done now. 2 fights in 3 weeks. And it's great having so much activity and fighting regular. So I'm looking forward to my next in now. He was a big lump him. He was a proper light heavyweight him. So for me, he used to fight in middles, and that big step up. He was a big strong lump, and I felt it in there. But from my last one to this one, it's an improvement, and obviously they're going to get bigger and better till we end up with a big world title fight, hopefully.
Obviously, I spoke to you at the press conference, and when you'd had one fight at super-middleweight, now you've had a couple. So you said that back then that you always knew super-middleweight was your right weight, and now this is kind of cemented. Now you've had a couple, and you feel good at the weight.
Yeah, I feel brilliant at the weight. I feel brilliant in there, but it's everything before on my training, my home life. I'm completely stress-free now that I don't have to make middleweight. Life's so much easier being at super middle, and I doubt I'll ever go back to middle, to be honest with you. I've said I would go back, but it'd have to be some offer, something stupid money-wise for me to even contemplate going back down to middle.
So, it was always a plan for you to have these 2 fights in a relatively short space of time, and now you'll be chasing a big fight at the weight, super middleweight.
Yeah, I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. I want to get in there. I want to fight. I want to fight the best. I won't shy away from any fights. And it's up to my team now to work out who they want me to fight. It's as simple as that. I've got a great team around me. Always have brilliant training camps with Oliver. And now we're matching him, and whoever they decide for me to fight, I'll fight.
Do you feel a little bit of, pressure? I think that I know you're not home here St Helens wise, but you're fighting back at home now, and like I said, you've travelled all over the world to face the best middleweights in the world, and now you're sort of back. How's that feeling?
It's great. It's great. Fighting here tonight, fighting at the Echo the other week. I only realise now how much I've been missing them big shows, fighting in big arenas like this. It's been great fighting all over the world and that, but you can't beat home. It's as simple as that.
Like I said, now what's the plan? Sit down with Eddie Hearn and try and sort of map some sort of route for you?
Yeah. I know there's a couple of shows in September. I've been training now for about 10 weeks. That first fight come at 6-7 weeks, trained straight through, so it's been about 10 weeks now. I'm going to have a week off, give my body a rest, and then it's looking like 8 weeks to my next fight. So just a week off and just back in camp. And whoever I fight and when I fight, I'm happy to do it.
Little eye on Abraham and Stieglitz tonight.
Yeah, I forgot they were fighting. Yeah, definitely.
I know you're not a boxing fan, but I'm sure you watched that one.
Never, to be honest with you, I've never watched Stieglitz. I've only ever watched Abraham when he's fought Smigger. So I've not seen much of him, but I'm definitely going to watch that fight tomorrow or over the next couple of days. And I'd like the win over that, but it's going to be in Germany, but I don't mind, as I've proven in the pack clock, and about a few miles to fight.
You have to go where you got to go.
That's it, mate. Yeah.
Can't get fucked again out there, surely.
Can't what?
You can't get fucked.
No, well, you wouldn't think so, but it is Germany. But yeah, we'll just wait and see. Obviously, whenever the opportunity comes along, I'm always game.
All right, Martin Murray, thanks for talking to IFL TV. Congratulations, another win, 2 wins in 3 weeks for you, and like I said, onwards and upwards to a huge fight for you, hopefully later on in the year.
Definitely, KUGAN. Nice one, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, pal. Thanks.